well protected.
So how was your weekend?
Good. We had a peaceful weekend. Watched a few games, college games. We had to go one finally, so it wasn't all bad. How was yours?
Mine was interesting. It was good. Had an extra day off because of the New Year yesterday, and watched a lot of football as well. A lot of good football on Sunday. But everywhere you turn, at least in Chicago, for me, who's seeking out football.
Yeah, you went and found it. You didn't come find it.
Well, both, exactly. So I seek out football, and you were the topic, and the Bears were the topic. Were you aware how much of a topic what happened on Thursday was?
I was Saturday was my attention, so it wasn't a big story.
I was in Los Angeles talking to a lot of people, and they were asking me 1,000 questions about everything that happened, so I would just turn to you and say, what happened that Thursday night in Green Bay, top to bottom?
We got beat. We got beat by a good football team. Offensively starts to do, so I've got to play better. And then it trickles down. It started early on in that game, and it didn't really get better.
The incident with Jamarcus, I mean, let's get to it. Why did it occur? Now, I've said, look, for 3 years and 2 games, you've been sacked a lot. There have been a lot of opportunities for you to be frustrated and have that frustration bubble to the surface. Why at that particular time did that occur?
I don't know. I can't put a definite reason why it happened. It happened. It's an emotional game. I put a lot into playing quarterback, and I take it seriously. It's just one of the things that happened during the game, and since then, we've talked about it. It's really nice.
When you say we've talked about it, did you talk about it with the team? Have you talked about it with Jamarcus?
Yeah, I've talked about it with Powers and the B down there. I've talked about it with the offensive line, each of them individually, and it is what it is. I think it's been blown up probably a little bit bigger than all of us expected, but at the same time, that's what you have to expect out of it.
The general consensus is it's okay to yell at your offensive line. It's not okay to make contact. And I
fix that rule.
It's an
Do you disagree with that rule?
No, I just want to know who gets to make the rules and who.
Well, let's not talk about it as a rule. Do you regret doing it, and do you think you made a mistake by doing it?
I probably should have bumped them. I'll go with that. As far as me yelling at him and trying to get him going in the game, I don't regret that. Should have bumped him.
A lot of people saw afterwards JWebb smiling. Were you looking for a reaction? Would you have been happier if he would have pushed you back?
Sure. to let me know that, hey, I'm pissed off and I got beat. I'm going to try to rectify it. I'm going to try to get it back in his ball.
So was that
you can't push or it's just understand.
But I know. But were you looking? Was that intentional? Are you looking for more fire, or was that just you losing your composure?
I don't. I well at times. Obviously, some mistakes on my part, and some other guys derailed us at times, penalties, interceptions, and stuff like that. But I haven't.
Were you upset with how things unfolded in terms of how you were attacking that team, and were you guys late to make the adjustments based on what you were seeing?
I don't think we can tell what we could have done in the past. Every game, a win or a loss, you can go back and say, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. You can dissect it any way you want to make it. We obviously lost the game. As players, and as myself, we didn't execute it and play as well as we should have. You go out there and you put that performance, you're going to lose. Whether it's Green Bay Packers or the St. Louis Rams this way, you're not going to go out there and be successful. So that's kind of what we're trying to concentrate on. It's fixing our mistakes, trying to be better as an offensive team, getting back to the offensive squad we were before.
The Jay Cutler Show live at Westwood Tavern and Chopper, brought to you by Miller Lite on ESPN 1000. Coming to Jay right now, and you mentioned you talked to the powers that be, you talked to the line. Did you personally apologize to Jamarcus Webb?
Well, I think it's totally important. We talked, it's in the past, and we're moving on. He's our left tackle, he's my left tackle, and I expect him each and every week to play at a certain level, and I think he expects himself to play that level too.
You guys went back to practice yesterday. Any lingering effects of what transpired Thursday?
No, not that I can see. You know, there, and start from 100% Lewis, and first practice, and some good stuff, and back to it.
Well,
I think in our building, generally, you know, we kind of serve the wagons. Like I said, I don't think we win and lose. There's going to be criticism. There's always going to be something someone's picking on, something's trying to make a story out of. That's just is what it is. So for us, it's just get back to work. Let's fix what the problem is. Let's move on.
You're a captain. So is this a united front? Is everyone with you? Can you lead this team?
Not that.
So, and everyone's united. DJ Moore yesterday spoke out. Did you hear what he had to say?
I did.
What did you think of what he said?
You know, DJ's right.
did you have a problem with him saying, though, that making contact with Jamarcus was the wrong thing to do?
He's entitled to his opinion.
Big picture, why is it that you guys have struggled so mightily with the Green Bay Packers in recent years?
Two questions. They had good game plan. They played us well. They played us a little bit differently than they have in the past. They played us a little differently than they put on the tape as of playing as the first game at the end of the season. So they switched it up on us, and we missed it.
Individually, you said that you need to be better. When you come out of that game and you watch that film, where did you make mistakes and where do you need to be better?
You know, in a game like that, we run a lot of pressure. Just taking care of the ball. We get to the game, we get past it, we're trying to catch up. We just have to be careful because you can't score without the ball.
A lot of discussion on our show about the difference in approach between Webb and Brandon Marshall. Marshall drops things. He's got to make that catch. He likes to hide. You told us that he's got to catch that ball. You went over and you patted him on the head. With Jamarcus, we saw what happened. Tell us the difference in approach and why.
Everyone's different. Everyone acts differently. I know Brandon for a long time. Played a lot of football with Brandon. I know what Brandon's capable of. I know no one is more disappointed in that stadium than Brandon Marshall.
Do you think that Jamarcus is lacking focus? Is Jamarcus being asked to do something that he's not capable of doing, which...
Jamarcus is capable of playing this position, there's no question about it. And this isn't about Jamarcus, this is about us as an offensive unit, us as a team, of getting better. It's not one player. It takes a lot to make an offensive player, I know that is what he's about. So, as a united front of the offense, we all collectively have to take a step in the right direction to be better.
You guys have had moments where they really look bad in the past, whether it's the Giants game a couple of years ago, the Saints game last year, and you guys bounced back. How is this situation any different, if at all?
I don't think it is. I mean, it's the NFL. It's up and down. It's hard to win week in and week out. I don't care if the team has a winning game or if they're defeated. It's tough. It's a grind. It's 4 quarters, and you gotta have good game plan. You gotta let them execute. So that being said, there's a lot of football left. We made the proper corrections that we had to make.
Jay, does the criticism bother you? You mentioned that you were aware of this. You know, you've taken a lot of hits here, a lot of it unfair. I thought there were some valid points that were brought up on Thursday. Does the criticism bother you?
They can't. I mean, we can't. Because like I said, win or lose, there's always going to be something that say that you can get things or you should improve on. My job is to get those 10 guys in my huddle to play the best of their ability, and that's what we're trying to do.
Do you feel that because you're Jay Cutler, that you get criticized for things that other people don't get criticized for?
You know, the media here, they're going to scrutinize everything. They're going to take one thing and they're going to run with it as far as they can. So it just is what it is.
So when times get tough, when you have a bad game, who do you turn to? Who do you turn to talk to and just say, man, I got to sit down and I got to talk about some things. This stuff is bugging me.
called you. You
know what? Because he was tailgating with your family up in Lambeau.
That makes sense. All comes together. You know, my family's always been there. Chrissy's, she's there. Anytime you get something. As a player, you're going to have other people. So, you're going to go through some tough times. And, I've had worse times than this game. So, we're moving on. We're looking forward to games. A win cares all.
When was it the worst? When were you able to, did it get bad and you've been able to overcome? What time was that?
Oh, you know, my first year here, it was rough. Offensively, we were pretty bad. There was a lot of interceptions I had because of those rough years. So, there's been some tough times here in Chicago. There's been some great times.
When you hear guys who accomplished a lot in this game in the media be critical of your leadership or lack thereof, how do you respond to those types of criticisms? How do you feel about their accomplishments? The different.
They have a job to do, and that's to go one team and to either tear apart or congratulate or do whatever they're trying to get accomplished in the show. That's what it is. I mean, I can't get involved in every single person's opinion on my play and my character and my issues.
And if I said to you, what do you need to do to be a good leader every Sunday, every day at practice? I mean, what constitutes good leadership to you?
No, I mean, I think doing your job, doing it the right way. Having some integrity, having confidence in what you do, showing guys that it's important to you. And that's what I try to do. I'm not the most vocal leader on our team. I think we really have one. We have some guys that just go to work and do it the right way, and they're real professionals about their job.
Juan and I debated this in our pre-show fist fight. The quote from you after the game, you said, listen, this isn't a half. You know, I'm going out, I'm trying to get completions, I'm trying to improve this receptor. But I feel, watching from afar, that you play your best football when you're having fun. When you're not running around and you're not, worried about every little thing. Detroit last year was a bad game for the Bears. You overcame the pass rush. You were a warrior.
I was running around.
You were running around.
You just said that wasn't when I played my best ball.
What's that?
You just said that wasn't when I played my best ball.
No, against Detroit, I felt you overcame the offensive line problems. You were having fun playing football, and you overcame a bad game plan and a bad line. I felt against Green Bay, a lot of things were bothering you.
Like what?
The drop passes, the offensive line play, the game plan possibly.
This is just educating us in this.
Well, we're thinking.
And that's the problem. These are guesses.
Well,
you're guessing.
And we have said.
Admit that you're guessing.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are guessing. You are guessing. How can you say that you aren't guessing? It's both they were. How can you say you're not guessing?
Well, I mean, you can look at the front page.
The front page of what?
Of our webpage.
Is this my
Chase
front? Is this my? Yes,
Still
thank
in
you.
the brain.
Apparently, this isn't my front page. I didn't write this.
So, we saw a lot of that. And we hate talking about your body language. Hate it.
Yeah.
Again, I'll say, you have been unfairly criticized a ton. But I feel like you were being bothered a lot. But you tell me that. You weren't bothered by what was going on the field, and you weren't letting it affect your play?
It wasn't affecting my play. Looking back on that game and watching it, I'm actually proud of it. I told you to do that. I fought. I competed hard. Made a few errant throws, but whatever we got what we were looking for, I tried to put the ball in the right place. So, I don't think about it.
What about the Charles Woodson comments after the Chargers?
What about?
He said that Jay's going to throw you, that regardless, that's just what's going to happen.
I can't comment on every single person that says something. So that's not how I operate. I'm not going to read I'm not a fan. I don't read every single part of stuff and what people say and go, oh, he's right. Maybe I should call him and say something. Oh man, he's wrong. Let me call him and show him. That's just not how
Do you think that's the perception though out there, is that if defense waits long enough, you're going to take a risk and ultimately they turn into a turnover?
I mean, probably. That's fine. I'm going to keep following. We're going to keep putting the ball in there. We got to get the running game going. Got to get that going. But we're going to try to attack and we're going to try to take advantage of the defense.
Speaking of frustration, when things did not go as well as you wanted to offensively in the first quarter and into the second quarter, were you frustrated by the lack of dedication to running the football? And at what point do you say, you know what?